Hey, we are live. We are live. Sorry, folks, we're running a little late, but my guests are here. My guests have been awesome. My guests have been very patient with me. I have Dustin Bones. Welcome to the show. Let's say hi to Thorsten and Jarle.
We, we,
Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, thank you so much. All right. Here we go. Hey, now we are live and we are here. We are happening. Welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry for the inconvenience, technical difficulties beyond my control, but we are live now and we are happening and we have people watching. So let's do this. My name is Will. I am the Dreamer. This is my show. Welcome. Hanging to the Dreamer. Hanging with the Dreamer. It is my honor, my privilege, and I'm absolutely blown away. I have Dustin Bones on the show today. Guys, how are you doing?
Oh, fine. Thank you.
Fine.
Very good.
We're ready.
We are ready. We're ready.
More than ready.
All right, now, let's do this here. All right, we are live. Dustin Bones hanging out. Stop by the show for a time today. Kind enough to hang out with the Dreamer. And I am thankful beyond my wildest dreams. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging with me. And thank you so much, guys, for being patient with me. Thank you. No, but that's okay. He'll be back. I know he'll be back. I know. Guys, tell me about, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, Jarle?
Hello.
There you go.
Jarle and I'm the drummer of the band. I was one of the founders together with Thorsten 20 years ago. No, 21 years ago already.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Thorsten.
Yeah, my name is Thorsten, and I play bass, and I'm one of two singers of Dustin Bones. Yeah.
And here we have this fine gentleman sitting next to you. Your name is?
My name is Bernd, and I'm the guitar player, one of the two guitar players. So Dirk is not with us tonight, but we share the guitar work together, and we play rhythm solos each part. So we are together. I stay with the guys, with Jarle and Thorsten, meanwhile for more than 60 years. So I joined the band as they started as a trio, like Motorhead, you know. So and then Thorsten switched from guitar to bass, and then Dirk joined in. So that's the story about the two guitar players.
Outstanding. So, Thorsten, you were kind enough to send me some videos, and if it's okay, I would like to play them one by one, and we'll talk about each one. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right, dreamers, check it out. This is Dust and Bones. Yeah, rock it. That was great. That was great. That was great. Great. And that was not only fantastic. That man. That was great. I love it. We got more people watching. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I am your host, The Dreamer, and I am here with Dust and Bones, man. That was gnarly. That was cool. You know, that's the kind of positive vibe and positive inspiration I'm trying to throw out there in the middle of all this stuff. That is just powerful. Hey, check this out. Check this out. Andy Dion has said killer tone. Oh,
Andy, thanks. Yeah.
Is shirt SM58?
Absolutely.
Andy, man, thanks for being here, dude. So, before I move on to the next one, how did that come across? Like, who was the original creative soul that thought of the vision for that song and that video?
The vision?
Yeah, it's great.
The name of the band is Dust and Bones. The name of the song is Dust and Bones. So we just needed a song like our heroes, Motorhead. They also have a song, Motorhead. So we thought we also need a song which is called Dust and Bones. You know.
That's awesome.
Rock and roll.
That. Rock and roll, exactly. That. Oh, you know, I don't know about anybody else, but I really haven't had that great a week because I have a sick family member right now. But you know what? That made me smile. That, and I thank you guys. You guys have no idea how much of a blessing that you are in my house right now. Thank you. That is just absolutely phenomenal. What do you think of that, Andy? That's pretty cool, huh? Well, Andy, I got another one for you, man, and everybody else that's watching right now. Hi, everybody. I'm the Dreamer. This is Hanging with Dreamer, and I'm with Dust and Bones. All right. Boy, this is why I love doing the shows. This is why I've been doing them for a little bit. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for coming on my show.
Welcome.
We feel welcome.
It's nice that everybody's happy.
That's awesome. That's great.
Next song is Dust and Bones in the House.
What's next?
Well, actually, not too far from that, but actually, what I was kind of what I have for everybody is Fight the Black Dog. Enjoy, Andy. Dust and Bones. Ah!
Lie awake in ready for the dark side of the moon. Transmission lost, hope to connect back soon. I fight the black dog, fight the black dog, fight the black dog, fight the black dog, I fight the black dog. Don't let it get me down.
That was cool. Fight
That
the
was
Black
good.
Dog. What's the inspiration? What's the story behind that song?
You know a guy in history who is called Winston Churchill. You know that guy.
Winston Churchill. Yes.
Yes. And he was talking about when he gets in depression. He was talking about the black dog, and he has to fight the black dog. You know. And,
Yes.
And that's the story behind that song.
Well, it couldn't have come from a better source. Winston Churchill? Yeah. It couldn't have come from a better source. I remember when I went to Europe and I was on my way to Loch Ness in Scotland, the
Okay.
northern tip of Scotland, because my bloodline goes back to 18th century Scotland.
Okay.
And I have a real I felt very at home there. And before I got there, I stopped off in Germany.
Really?
And
Where?
and see, I cruised through Austria. I was in Frankfurt, Germany.
Frankfurt, okay.
Frankfurt, and I sailed where the Rhine River is, because I sailed down the Rhine River, and I was checking out all the castle ruins and everything while drinking beer and eating strudel and dancing to the Oompa band. It was great. It was great. I want to go back. I definitely want to go back to the Rhine River. That's for sure. And Winston,
if you're rooted in Scotland, one of or two or three of our heroes of all time, they are also rooted in Scotland. You know who are we talking about?
Who are you talking about?
You know?
I've got a few heroes. I've got one hero in Scotland. I have
It's a
actually
musical heroes from Scotland. One
yeah.
guy is very small, and he uses a school uniform.
Is his name Naughty Holder?
No,
Not really.
Naughty Holder?
Angus Young.
Oh, Angus! Yes.
And
Angus and Malcolm. Yes, Angus. Angus is from Edinburgh, isn't he?
Yeah. Malcolm also.
That's, I have never had the honor of meeting him. Someday I hope I do. I just want to thank him for all that he put into AC/DC's legacy, and I appreciate him greatly, and I'm glad you brought him up.
I once shook his little hand through a fence when he played in Stuttgart. And that's 20 years ago. We were waiting outside the venue, and the band came out after the gig, and we were shouting, "Hey, come on, give us an autograph and things." And Angus came down, and I shook his little hand, And then I said to the bass player Cliff Williams, you know that guy? I said to him that he's the greatest bass player of the world, and he asked me, how many bass players have you seen before?
Yeah, Angus. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Absolutely.
So this show really isn't about me. This is all about Dustin Bones. So who would you say is the band's musical heroes?
Sorry?
Unsere Heroes.
Our
The-
heroes?
Yes.
Yeah, AC/DC, as you heard, and Motorhead, of course, and Ramones, and lots of stuff from the early 80s and 70s, maybe. And of course, also bands that came later on, then harder ones like Metallica, Slayer, whatever.
How about you, Thorsten?
Almost the same. I really also into Rose Tattoo. You mentioned
sure.
Rose Tattoo. You know that band. A lot of the Australian stuff, and of course American stuff like the Ramones, things like that. Metallica, I really into that. Yeah.
What about everybody else?
Yeah, for me it's always it's the band, but Dustin Bones is into rock and roll music, so it's the influence there is, as Thorsten said, Rose Tattoo, AC/DC, Ramones. I like the punk stuff, but we all started, I think, beginning with the 80s, mid 80s, and with the 90s with thrash metal. Yeah, I was very into this music: thrash metal, speed metal, Megadeth, Metallica.
Creator.
When I started, so the
Creator.
first I started 1984 with Monsters of Rock, AC/DC, as headlining the Monsters of Rock festival. It was the beginning of my decision to say I want to play guitar. Yeah, so as I saw Angus that night, I'm a decision for me to start playing an instrument. So he was my great inspiration. But after that, there were a lot of bands like Accept. I liked a lot. Yeah, Michael Schenker, as I told you, Warm Up. Yeah, that's my guitar heroes. Old school, but I've in music since I started with 15, 60 years old. So I like a lot of music, different kind of music. It's not all matches with Dustin Bones. But for Dust and Bones, I think the roots are laid by AC/DC rock and roll and punk, melodic punk stuff. Also Bad Religion that I like a lot.
And what about the fine gentleman sitting above you? Who are your musical influences, sir?
Oh, it's hard to say because these hands can't play any instrument. So
That's okay. So
yeah,
who are you?
What?
Please.
So yeah, for me, I came to Dust and Bones. How should I say this? Like, please help.
That you're
Guys, help
that,
me. Help me.
that you're comfortable in saying. That's okay. That you're say what comes to your mind. Don't think about it too much.
That's for me. I got like Bernd. I got a big music spectrum. I listen to all kinds of music. Also, not only hard rock, not only metal. It's everything with guitars. So every kind, and yeah, that's all.
I have to say, I played together with Vöhri in another band, but it was more hardcore stuff, like grindcore, like bands like Macabre, or Napalm Death. So really hard stuff. So that's our connection to music. So I knew Vöhri for a long time. We played together in a band called Belgian Beat, and so I changed my mind to work on with Dust and Bones, and Vöhri joined the band later on. So all in all, we had a past as musicians together. So, but we were more in the heavy stuff, for a long time.
Yeah, and I miss Bernd, and so Thorsten told me, please come to us. Bernd is playing there, and I said, okay, we will do
Don't
this.
leave me alone.
Yeah.
So we have from the beginning, from Dust and Bones, we always had two singers in the band, and the first guy singing who was the second singer in Dust and Bones was Jens, but he has to he has to stop it because of his job. And so we found Vöhri, and we are very, very happy, lucky that he joined. And yeah, it's a lot of fun working with him.
Well,
Drinking beer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could definitely see me drinking a lot of beer with you. I love a good German lager.
Yeah, come on.
What was I going to say? Talking about fun and talking about rock and roll and talking about influences and kind of music that you guys like to listen to, and what fires you up and what inspires you to write great songs like Nailed to the Wall. That's absolutely, I gotta tell you, and I said talked to the guys a little bit about this before the big technology fiasco, but disaster, but which I still apologize for it. I got to figure out what Facebook is doing. Anyway, I was just talking about the Nailed to the Wall.
Okay.
That is such a powerful song, because I got to tell you, coming from somebody who used to love going to parties growing up, find out where the music is, cranking it up, and it's like, I didn't want to hear anybody, negativity or nothing. I just want to listen to the music, and that's why I went, and I gotta tell you, even today, I still love doing that. I just love cranking and turning it up, cranking it up. So, Nailed to the Wall really, really struck my attention because I have, I grew up there's a band called Junkyard.
Okay.
And I grew up in the Junkyard era, the Little Caesar era, the Junkyard era, the Y&T era, gosh, there's so many then accept, but with Junkyard and bands like that, at Jackal, and
Okay.
just simple. When I saw Junkyard live, they just plugged straight in, maybe a wah pedal, not much else, plugged straight in, and just cranked their Marshalls, and I remember just thinking to myself, feeling that power just hit me in the chest. And the same thing happened when I saw, and I know that I said this wasn't about me, but I just love music so much. It makes me so happy that when I saw Quiet Riot, when I was a kid, and Randy Rhoads was standing right like 3 feet above me, 3 feet above my head, staring right down at me almost the whole time. That's when I first got, and this was, let's see, my father died when I was about 13. So I was about 16, and that's when I got my first introduction to the power of a crank Marshall, a Gibson Les Paul Custom, just smacking me just right in the face. And you know what? I just stood there. I was in heaven. I found the thing that made me happy because I was so unhappy, and for obvious reason. But I gotta tell you, there's something about plugging straight into the amp. There's just something about that. There's just, Angus Young, Malcolm Young, God bless his soul. Just
Absolutely.
plugging straight in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you look, I'm very into this Angus Young thing. He's an old kind of player because he all makes it with the volume knob, live. He don't have pedals or a special stage mix or things like that. So if he likes to have more power, he just puts up the volume knob on his SG guitar, and when he needs less power, it's less power. He makes it all with his hands, with just the SG, with his Marshalls, nothing else. And I think that's the old kind of players. Yeah, you can have a lot of effects today. You can have all the software on your Mac or
So like you?
Yeah, but you can get this feeling live, the blast from the stage, the pure energy. I appreciate it.
Well, and also another. Oh, I'm sorry, Tony. Fruitcake Tony is here. He'll be on the show in 3 weeks, and because I have a fan appreciation day, and Fruitcake Tony's always been here. He's always been here. Check his show out. It's pretty cool. He's got a show called Show Your Pick, and he has that's massive pick collection. And I'm just like, I watch it every week religiously. He's got more picks than I do, and everyone is special. everyone is important. That's amazing. So I'm thankful that he's my buddy, my
now
friend.
I understand it. Sorry, I understood pig. You mean pigs? You mean
Guitar pick.
guitar pigs.
Guitar picks.
You mean guitar pigs?
No, not picks.
No, not pigs.
I'm
Who let the
sorry, I'm
pigs
sorry.
out?
Oh, I got wrong.
That's okay, but
You played Dunlop?
hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Here you are, try mine. Here you go.
Yes. Look,
Mine's kind of carved up on the side, but
I see in front of my eyes. Getting kicked and playing guitar with a pig.
I just got that in my head. I'm like, wow. I've seen guitars play with a lot of things, but not a pick. Oh my God. Imagine playing Nailed to the Wall with a pick.
Please don't collapse.
Oops.
Poor Porky, man.
Yes.
That's a good one, Thorsten. Let's see what's in the comments. I can't wait to read this. This is gonna be cool. Oh my gosh. Check this out. Andy Dillon. That beard is awesome. By the way. I used to have a long highlight thing I keep grabbing. That's awesome. Oh, let's see what Fruitcake Tony has to say.
Well, picks have to
Well, pigs have different meanings in other cultures.
I think we have a new merchandise article. Guitar picks. Dustin Bones.
Hi, man. Sorry for the mess up earlier. It's out of my control. But we're here now. Oh my God! Now what? Wait a minute! Oh no! Oh no! What happened? Oh, I'm back! All right. Oh, no more problems. Come on, computer. Okay, so rewind a little bit. Got my phone in my house. Laughter.
Time Friday night.
I'm glad you are. I am so. Oh no! I feel terrible about earlier, but just so I want to go back to what Matt said. There you go.
You.
Oh wait a minute.
Let's get serious again.
Fruitcake Tony, this just became the best live stream of the week. Tell a friend, Tony. Tell him to go shop the links down the description box below. Oh, support. This has just become the best stream of the freaking week, man. Oh, thank you, Tony. Oh, thank you. You see, leave it up to Fruitcake Tony to say the right thing at the right time. That's perfect. Thank you, Tony. Oh man, Andy Dion. Andy Dion, are you still here? What do you have to say? Oh, I love this right here, Andy Dion, man. The beard is awesome, by the way. Oh, that's great. That really is wonderful. See, I told you, Thorsten, that I've got a good bunch of people that show up here. I wasn't kidding.
Absolutely.
These are some great people. So the getting back to Dust and Bones, the pig.
We need a song.
Okay, let me compose myself here. All right. Okay. Dust and Bones. Now, so who would like to talk about the history of the band?
Well, maybe I can tell you the story about the video to nail you to the wall with rock and roll.
Yes.
We rebuilt a room from the 90s. Maybe if you watch the videos, all the posters on the wall and the things there, they're back from the 90s, and we built it at the home from Mr. Vöhri up there. And maybe you can tell a little thing about it. And we also got the guy who plays the guy who listens to the music, and then we came out and he nailed us to the wall at the end of the video.
Yeah, he did. He did, right between the eyes. Jarle, is that the right way to pronounce your name? Jarle, J-A-R?
Jarle?
Jarle?
Yeah,
So,
how you would pronounce it in American. Jarle.
Jarle?
Almost like Charlie.
almost like Charlie? Almost like Charlie?
Yeah, that's perfect.
So Jarle, you seem to be very smart and very in tune to the spirit of rock and roll. So how long have you been playing drums?
I started in the early 80s. And already then I started together with Thorsten. We used to be next door neighbors. We met in September '79, I think. And
the date, please. Jarle, the date, please.
I just wanted to say that we immediately found out that we had the common sense of music. And after 2 or 3 years, we started playing instruments and started playing drums in '83 then. And that was when we started our first steps in music together. So Thorsten and I have been doing with the bands all since then. And well, yeah, I've always just made music with Thorsten.
So would you like to talk about your favorite drum set? What kind of drums you have right now?
Well, I have not had many drum sets so far, and the drum set I play now is Sonar Phonic Plus High Tech.
Okay. Yeah.
It's known from Nico McBride too, who played that in the Summer in Time tour. But I saw it earlier, so I knew I wanted that set before I saw it with Nico McBride, and I bought it. Yeah, 1990. So I just love to play it. So I have not bought a new one yet.
That, you know what, this whole last year, you will. I believe you will, because from what I've been watching and listening to all week, something real good and something real big is going to happen for you guys. And
would be great.
now we have more people watching. So let's see what the comments got to say. What's happening, folks? What's happening? Let's see. Do I recognize one of you from a different band? Fruitcake Tony is saying. Has anybody been in some previous bands?
Yes, but not all local bands in Germany. So you don't knew us in the States or out of Germany. So I don't think so. Maybe in the grindcore scene, we made a name with Belgian beats. Maybe in Europe, I don't know. We played a lot across Germany, France. I don't know if you're into this kind of music and it's very underground. So maybe you heard a name. I don't know, but that was my band in the past.
Well, that's awesome. There you go, Tony. You heard it from the man themselves. So, Thorsten, tell me about you were talking about Angus Young and you were talking about your guitar influences. What kind of guitar are you using right now?
I play the bass, and I play a Duesenberg bass. You know, Duesenberg. It's a German. You know, German guitar manufacturer.
And what kind
you know
of
that brand?
what kind?
You know that brand, Duesenberg?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, who did I see playing that brand? I saw the guy that calls himself Bumblefoot. He plays one of those. Yeah. He plays those, and Mike Campbell, who was in Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers band, he plays those. Keith Richards, yeah.
But I have got a bass guitar and also electric guitar from Duesenberg. I really like very much, and the rest of the gear is more or less. Wie heißt es zusammenwerfen?
It's my old bass.
Pick together.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
Over the years, half of the gear is Bernd's gear over there. The bass guitar is mine, and the rest of the gear is from our bass player, first bass player.
And your voice? Is it yours?
Who knows?
Well, you know what? I used to be a bass player, and I can definitely say that bass players and drummers, without a good bass player and without a good drummer, you can't have a solid band, because that bass player and that drummer are the beat and are the muscle and are just are the fire and the rhythm and the tone beats behind the guitars and the vocals and everything. It's a bass player and drummer. And I gotta tell you, being a bass player, being a drummer, as much as I love guitars and whatnot, it's, you know, being a guitarist myself, blah blah. Yeah. But you know, I we're going to talk to Bernard. Bernard, how do I pronounce your name, Bernard?
Bernd?
Berrd.
Yeah, Bernd. It's called in
Oh,
German.
Bernd.
Yeah.
Bernd.
Bernd.
Okay.
Like Bernd,
Is
you
fine,
know?
maybe. Well, I don't think
Well,
so. About my gear,
Did-
what I play.
yes, you have that beautiful
Yeah.
white flying V. But yes, that the bass and the drums, it just, I know personally speaking, that's what I always listen to.
Yeah, okay.
That's because it just, you hear that,
Yeah, but
you know.
When we recorded our last album, Jarle and we went to the studio and we laid down the basic tracks from bass and drums, and we don't do this with a guitar, only bass and drums. And I think you hear this when you listen to the record. We practice it. We both, after the whole songs were written, that we can perform it without the other guys. And so we just were focused on these things, that the drums and the bass guitar, they fixed together as tight as we could.
That's
but
awesome.
There's a secret about the sound of the band, a little bit of secret, because we use normally, for the older songs, we use 2 baritone guitars, tuned down 4 steps. Yeah. Meanwhile, we use, Dirk normally plays a baritone guitar, and I play normal standard tuning. So that gives this special kind of sound. You have the solos are played with normal standard tuning, and a lot of the rhythm guitars are played with a baritone guitar. So it's matched very good together with the bass fundament and together with the drums. So it gives you a huge, warm, punchy sound, yeah, with a lot of depth in the sound. And on top, you can have the melodies and the solo guitars just in standard tuning. So it works together very well. So for my gear, I play a Gibson SG as a baritone guitar. And if you talked about Les Paul custom, I play a German brand, Maybach. Maybach guitars are very famous, meanwhile, for replicas from the old traditional Les Paul standards from the 50s and 60s. Very good handmade guitars. So that's my main 2 guitars. So I have 2 backups. As an amp, I play the Eddie Van Halen PV. Yeah, so 50 watt. So it's a good 3-channel amplitude. It's a good amp, so you can have all the distortion, but you can have the crunchy sounds. It's based on the Fender amp, so I like the Fender amps a lot. If you play it smooth on the crunchy sounds, mid crunchy sounds to the heavy sounds, so it's a lot of different possibilities to this amp acts very different. So I like it a lot. It's a good amp.
The 5150 50 watt.
Yeah.
That's when I first saw that amp, I thought to myself, now I just wanted to hear it. And then when I saw the shared chicken head knobs that you know, for the 2 channels, I thought to myself, with the accompanying 212 cab, the whole thing slanted back and everything. I thought that was a great sounding amp.
Yep.
What kind of pedals? Now that we're talking guitars, what kind of pedals do you use any pedals right now?
Yeah. I use. I'm a big fan of Wawa pedals. So normally on live I use Zach Wild, Dunlop. Um,
Okay, yeah.
so and at home I like to have the same as Michael Schenker. He plays Dimebag Darrell, Dunlop signature. It's with this camouflage paintings, you know. It's a very good pedal. So if Michael Schenker likes it, I like it too. So that's no problem. It's a good. One of my
That's all right.
He's one of the greatest Wawa players for me.
That's
so,
okay. Good. Yeah,
So,
I have
yeah.
I
Sometimes
have a
yeah.
no. I'm sorry.
No. And then I use just sometimes I use a little delay on the solos, a slapback delay, just a bit of it with less progression. So that's all. So I'm like you talked about before. I'm very into the direct sound in the amp. I like most. So good guitar, good amp. You can't go wrong.
No, you can't. That is phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Well, Fruitcake Tony says, question for you guys. Where did you get the name Dust and Bones? Is it a GNR reference? Guns N' Roses reference?
No, no. The story is very simple. When we searched the name back in 2000, we just searched the internet, and we had a few names, and Dust and Bones was free. So we thought, very good. Dust and Bones sounds very good, and that was was the story behind the name. Afterwards, I remembered. Oh, or we remember there's also a song of Guns N' Roses did, who's called Dust and Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Very good band. I enjoy very much. But we don't think it's there as a reference or something like that to Guns N' Roses. That's the story behind it. Simple story.
That's great. That's great. Keep it simple. Keep it easy. Keep it simple, and keep it pure. Keep it right. That's okay. That's awesome. Thank you. Hey, just make sure your beer don't get stale, though.
No.
Well, now I have a video, guys, for everybody that's watching. And for those that don't know who I am the Dreamer. And I have with me today in Dreamland Studios, Dust and Bones. So I have another video here. And well, I think I'll just play it because I thought it was a real good video. So I will just pop it on.
Hallo, ich bin der Metal Fighter und das waren Dust and Bones mit ihrem Song Bad Commando.
Aus dem aktuellen Album The Great The Nations Terror Parade. Überall zu kaufen. Mehr Infos über uns und die Metal Fighters findet ihr unten in der Videobeschreibung. Rock'n'Roll!
Liken, teilen, abonnieren.
Metal Fighters!
That was cool. See, I really like the concept. I really like the concept behind that. Who was the lucky driver?
He's a freaky music guy who has bought a fire engine, and he has a concept of inviting bands to play in his fire engine while he's driving around. So we were driving along official roads, and he was singing along with us, and driving rather fast partly, and we were thrown to the left and to the right while we were playing.
Cheers, Robin.
So, Robin, thank you, Robin. That was good. That was really good. Thank you, Robin, for doing that for this band. And thank you, Robin, for being a part of this whole thing. That was great. I really like that. How fast do you think Robin was driving?
More.
He was driving in Germany. You can drive very fast in Germany, you know.
That's not true.
We were driving on the German Autobahn.
It was at least hard to keep the balance while sitting and playing. And then we were thrown to the left and to the right.
Oh, you were driving on the Autobahn.
We were driving on the Autobahn, yeah.
But not with the fire engine. That's
yes.
not true.
With the fire engine on the Autobahn.
Yes. Yeah, that was the scene when the fire engine is being overtaken.
That was a great video. Fruitcake Tony says great video. See, what did I tell you?
Thank you, Tony.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Well, I gotta tell you, you know, I think that, well, not that I think I know that I don't really know a whole lot of things, but I do know this. I do know that when it comes to pure, raw rock and roll, you guys have, Dustin Bones has nailed it on the head, nailed the hammer on the head of the nail. and it's, you know, what I gotta ask this, since we're talking about the band, what's the biggest crowd that Dustin Bones has ever had a chance to play in front of?
I think that was a motorcycle venue with about 1,000 persons or something.
Normally, we play in clubs or smaller mid venues from up 50 to 200 people. That's normally that's our kind of gigs we play. So, but yeah, I think the biggest thing was 1,000, 2,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it would be like that maybe in 2022, or maybe, 2022, can you imagine what it'd be like to play on the stage at the Wacken Festival?
Oh. Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? I mean, when you think about why not, anything's possible.
Yeah.
And joining us also today in the chat would be Edwin Cran. Hey, Edwin, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. This is Dustin Bones. Say hello to the band. That's
Hi.
And the band will say hello to you.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for that. They getting back to guitars. There you were saying that you were a very big Dunlop user, Dunlop wah.
Pedals,
And have you ever tried either the Friedman No More Tears wah or the Morley George Lynch Dragon wah, the red one?
No, I don't. I had, in former times, I had an old Morley Wawa, but it was very noisy, so I decided to switch to Dunlops. It was fragile, you know. So sometimes it was good, sometimes not. So it was very old pedal from the 70s. I liked it a lot. It's got a good fuzz sound, overdrive sound, but it was not reliable. So that was the problem. So, but sometimes I like to try other pedals, but I still like the Dunlop most. I don't know why. So that's my favorite.
Are you a very, very big fan of EQs, equalizers?
Oh, normally not. I do it. Sometimes I used. I think it was a Boss equalizer to in front from the input from the guitar to push guitar solo from the loudness. So I used it that way. But normally I do it all with the amp. So that's my way to do it. So if
Have you ever used this before?
No.
The Digitech Trio?
No, but I know it, but I never used it. So normally
This had bass and drums. It's for recording.
Yeah.
Where you dig in, you plug in, and then when you hit this button once, a red light pops up here.
Yeah.
And you start playing. When you hit it again,
okay, so it's
there's a loop that plays with bass and drums.
Yeah.
This is real good for practicing.
Yeah, I used this on a song from Dustin Bones as an outro. So I made a loop with, I think it's electro harmonics, drum box like that. So I got a loop, and I played some licks over this loop. So it was very the guys liked it too. I'm not sure, but I liked it, so I did. That's Nico.
Have you ever, yeah, this is the Boss 200 EQ. I have the 200 delay, but I also have this 200 EQ. And I was going to get the overdrive, that 200 OD that came out last year or 2 years ago. But then I got the Friedman pedal, and I just,
That's a very good brand. So I like the amps. They're very expensive, but they're worth it. It's good friend.
Well, you know,
plays it. He plays a Plexi Friedman amp, so very good, very good. It's more based on the Marshall amplifications, but it's a very fine tune, so it's good. Yeah.
Well, the thing that I really like about Boss and this pedal right here is that, Thorsten, you can even use this for bass, because what you do is you plug in, then you could run. It has stereo one mono in, stereo outs. So you could run an EQ. There's 4 presets on here.
Okay.
Okay.
So for vocals.
Right there.
Yeah.
You can store 4 EQ settings. Run 2 totally different and independent from each other. Run 2 to the front of your bass stack, and then run the other 2 through the effects loop.
Okay.
And you could
next time we should use a gear gear free, about gears.
I have, yes, I would love that if whenever you guys want. I have a crate in back of me full of stuff. But I just wanted to share this with you because I know I've met a couple bass players, Thorsten, that actually use that pedal in their bass rig. So I wanted to show that to you real quick.
Okay.
So what's the plans? What's the first thing? Oh, before I get on to what I was going to ask, I apologize. Fruitcake Tony has a question for you guys.
Okay.
Who are your musical influences as kids? Yeah. Yes.
That guy.
Yes.
When I was a kid back in the 70s, this was and still is a big influence. This guy. Yeah. I also think that Motorhead also mixed several genres to the best. It's metal, it's rock and roll, it's punk rock, it's thrash. Very, very, very big influence of mine.
And my brother brought music to me, so I got my first music cassettes. I think it was Foreigner 4, great album. AC/DC, Highway to Hell, Motorhead, no Sleep Till Hammersmith, and Whitesnake. Well, I can't remember it all. So that was the four music cassettes I started with, and I played on my cassette tape recorder. Since they broke, I've got nothing left. So that was my beginning.
And you, Jarle? And you?
Well, in the early 80s, it started with AC/DC and Judas Priest and Motorhead and bands like that. So as a new wave of British heavy metal, that stuff. And then later in the 80s, it became harder, Slayer and Metallica and stuff like that.
He's out.
Seat looks like a sad face. Yeah. And then over the years, turned back a little bit to the more road stuff since we started Dust and Boats.
That's awesome, you know.
Yeah, and I said, by me, I started like with the, what does it call? Neue Deutsche Welle, you know? And so look, this is my trio. So these are the bands like Trio Extra Breit, and I really started then with the rap before, so Run DMC, Ice-T, and Beastie Boys, and so on. I like it when they got guitars in there. And so started then from the rap to the hard rock, and then metal, and so on.
Have you? Awesome. Have you ever found yourself listening to maybe older 70s rock?
Absolutely.
You know, band at 70s. That's
absolutely. I love
that.
I'm a big Deep Purple fan, of course. CC Top, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. So yeah.
I discovered a lot of the older bands in the 70s. I like David Bowie. I discovered them later on my music career. So I listened a lot to old Rolling Stones LPs. So I started with Excellent Main Street. It was not that kind of thing that me interested in my youth. I found these things later on, all the Beatles stuff from the 60s and 70s. I like it, absolutely. But I discovered this kind of music later on, but I like it very much.
Absolutely.
Led Zeppelin. I never cared about Led Zeppelin. When I listen to Megadeth, when you're into thrash metal, you're looking for hard music. You're not interested in the past, so that came further on. So, but now I've got a lot of big range of LPs, vinyl. Yeah.
I think that there's also very, 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 very good music rooted, hard rock music rooted in the 60s, like the Who. I think also Black Sabbath started in the 60s, late 60s. I think Led Zeppelin. I also think so. And there's a lot of
MC5
Very,
is
very,
beautiful.
very, very good music.
New York
I think.
scene, beginning of the 70s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Television, I like Television. One of the best bands ever. If you like tightness on the guitar, simple guitars with excellent details, with a good drum or very simplicated. I like Television, a great band from New York. How many LPs they made? 2, 3? I don't know exactly, but great influence of me. But that came later on. I started with heavy music, with hard rock, but it's a wide range of music. It's a journey. It goes on and on. So
Michael Schenker.
Yeah. Yeah.
UFO, hello. He started with
You
UFO.
know.
He was 60 years old when he moved from Germany to London to start with UFO. One of, I think, most significant carriers in rock history.
You know, I'll tell you.
What a guitar player, Michael Schenker.
What I really love is when I listen to Michael Schenker talk, and he's trying to explain everything to people, and he's always got a smile on his face, and he's always like, yeah, you know, and I thought to myself, no, that is really good. That is really wonderful that he's able to do that. You know, you want to talk to him. He's just got this light about him. He's got this light, and it's awesome. I love Michael Schenker. Michael Schenker, UFO, Hewley, John Roth's early Scorpions, the early days of Scorpions. That's all part of my house.
Leslie West, he died.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Leslie West was a great guitar player. He was a big influence for the Schenker brothers, for Michael Roth, yeah. So when you got more into the past and you see how it all worked together, what was the origin of it all. So yeah, I think that's kind of music history. It's very important, and you can discover it over years and years and years. So that's, for me, it's a big thing. So
Fruitcake Tummy wants to ask you guys, Priest or Maiden?
As an influence, well, personally for me, probably more Priest, but I also like Maiden.
Wow, difficult.
Both bands.
That's all right. I like both. Everybody crabs. MSG. I just saw British Steel pop up somewhere. The Ripper. Yeah. Oh, that takes me back, boy. That takes me back. British Steel. Oh, I could tell you my concert stories with actually with MSG, Robin McCauley and Michael Schenker, the group that they had. I saw them open up. Well, no, actually, they weren't opening for anybody. They were headlining, and Hurricane opened up for them. Hurricane, who consisted of Tony Cavazzo on bass, Robert Sarzo on guitar, who wants to come on the show as soon as his new music is out. Robert Sarzo's going to come on the show to promote it. And also Kelly Hansen, who sings for Foreigner every so often. Kelly Hansen, as the original Foreigner, some more music I like. Foreigner, before he went to Foreigner, he was a frontman for Hurricane. And Hurricane opened up for MSG, for Macaulay Schenker Group. I got to tell you, Hurricane was great. They had the whole place rocking. But when Robin McCauley and Michael Schenker hit that stage, I was just sitting there in my chair going, And everybody else, I'm just sitting there going, I was just, the power that I saw that night,
Yeah.
it still sticks with me today. Obviously, I'm getting chills talking about it. It was one of those nights, Thorsten. It was one of those nights, one of those magic nights. Have you guys ever had that experience, watching a band and just having the bumps
Not
going up
only
your arm?
once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have the same moment. I share it with Jarle. It was, as I told you, 1984, Monsters of Rock, Karlsruhe, south of Germany. It was an amazing building. It was Gary Moore. It was Mötley Crüe. It was Accept. It was Van Halen co-headlining, AC/DC headlining. It was Monster Day. So that was that day that inspired me to give all for music to as I told you, to say I saw Angus. I know the first song after the intro was Guns for Hire. So, and I saw this in the crowd. I saw this small man standing on this Marshall amplification, and he grabbed over his guitar, and the band set in, and he jumped down over the Marshalls in front of the stage and started to rock as hell. I was blown away from that moment, from the second. Everything was full of adrenaline, and it pushed me absolute to the limit. That was my origin of say, hey, music is my life. That was my, how can you say it in English? Erweckungserlebnis. It's a German word. I don't know.
Every time, and it doesn't happen that often to me, but when it does happen, you never forget it.
Yeah.
You never forget it. You never forget that feeling, and just the whole spirit around you. You just never forget. You know, see, this is why a lot of people sometimes don't understand me, because I'm like, oh, you know, I'm into the whole outer worldly music realm, because I live in that realm, and that realm means everything to me, and it's part of who I am, and to experience that is a moment that was just meant for you, and that's what makes it so special. You know, that the powers to be, the gods of music would choose each and every one of us to give that moment to, and it's magic, it's special, it's sincere, it's from the heart, it's pure, and it's so. I gotta ask, what if anybody here today had any band that they could see live and search for that magical moment, who would it be?
Not long ago, we were 2 years ago, we were in Aschaffenburg in Germany at a Rose Tattoo concert, Jarle and I. And what would I say? It was the same feelings. It was a perfect concert. In Rose Tattoo, the first bass player of AC/DC is playing now. If you know it, it's called Mark Evans. Yeah, Mark Evans. And it was such a powerful concert. We really enjoyed it very, very much. Magic.
I would like to see the Ramones in the original lineup. I never did, so that for me, that's a sad moment.
I'm sorry, which one?
Ramones? I never.
Oh, yes. I took my mom to go.
Yeah. So
I took my 85-year-old mom to go see them. She loved that. She was sitting in the back of the forum, Los Angeles Forum, with me. There I am. She's with her little long-haired hippie kid. We're watching the Ramones, and she's sitting there going. I'm like, all right. All right. That's exactly what I did. Thorsten. I'm like, all right, Mom, you know. And
Your mom is called Connie?
My mom is amazing. I take care of her now. She lives with me, and we have a lot of good laughs now, and I'm glad, you know. But you talking about the Ramones, you know, I remember seeing them.
Greets to your mom from Germany.
Thank you, Thorsten. Thank you. She's probably watching right now.
She's probably watching.
She just texted me, and I told her, I said, "We're live. We're live." So
does she say to you, you're doing a good job?
my mom, she listens to everything I do because her bedroom is right here next to my little area. So she goes, and I can hear her. She'll be sitting in her chair in the room. She'll go, "Was that you?" And I said, "Yep." And she goes, "That sounded great." She goes, "Keep up the good work, Dreamer." My mom's great. I love her. She's great. I'm glad that she's here. She's a beautiful woman. And my wife, Cindy, I don't know, maybe you guys might meet her here in a few minutes.
Okay.
She should be home, but Cindy, she's a lot of fun also. I just, you brought back that memory to me when you mentioned the Ramones. Gosh, they're great. They really are. Going through the comments here. Evan Grant saying, "Is he on roller skates?" You're talking to oh man. Talking to the bearded one. and then he says, "I'm just kidding." And then Evan says, "It's great." And then Evan says, "Angus and Eddie, oh my God, yes. Hey, check this out. Boy, look at this. Marcy Douglas is here. Hi, Marcy. You're sitting with Dustin Bones." All right. Let's see what Fruitcake Tony's got to say. The first show I saw Van Halen in 1979, I felt like I was the only person there, although there was 60,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely. And Marcy's saying fruitcake. And the thing about I know what Fruitcake Tony's talking about here.
Yeah.
Because I actually grew up in Pasadena, California, where the Van Halen brothers are from. Yeah. And when I was a child growing up, I used to sneak out of the house and make my way to Pasadena and go to backyard parties where Van Halen was playing.
Okay, cool.
In the backyard, on the backyard parties they were playing there?
Yeah, before they got really famous. And
you've been there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And my mother used to work with Dr. Nathan Roth, who's David Lee Roth's father.
Oh, really?
What kind of doctor was he?
Doctor is very nice, very kind.
What kind of doctor?
Oh, I don't remember now, but I do know that my mom worked at the San Gabriel Valley Medical Center in San Gabriel, California, and he was a resident thoracic surgery. I believe it was thoracic surgery. And let's see, Marcy Douglas, I got my skates. My daughter just left here, no joke. In her skates, she just rolled out of here, laughing out loud. Fruitcake, I love my chat room. Fruitcake Tony, Marcy Douglas, hate shit. Tony, you're killing me, man. It's all good. Marcy, yeah. Marcy, fruity. Oh, man. I welcome to my family of dreamers, you guys. Bear, you're looking at me like I'm crazy, man. I'm just crazy for music.
Everything is.
Here we go again.
But
Having a good time.
Can I interrupt you about Pasadena, California? Is it the home of Jarle and Jackson guitars? They came from Pasadena, or
GMW guitars.
GMW guitar works.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lee Garber, G.
Yeah, I have two Moser guitars. Moser.
Oh, you have two Neil Mozart guitars?
Yeah, I'll show you one.
Yeah, sure. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, look at that! Is that a flute tone bridge right there? If you tone bridge, or that just a gold Floyd Rose?
Gold Floyd Rose, and
yeah, is that a gold or huh?
A golden Floyd Rose. It's a golden Floyd Rose.
Okay, so it's gold anodized.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I got a black one. Do you want to see the black one?
Yes, please.
Oh, this is the black guitar. Look.
That's great.
Blue one.
Oh, you do?
Just
look at that.
Original pickups, but it's a kind of super Strat built in the first 92, 91.
Yes.
Neil Mozart.
Yes. Neil Mozart.
Yeah.
Neil Mozart. Absolutely. Hey, check this out, Bernd. Marcy Douglas.
We have to do more about gear. We have to my own broadcast about gear stuff. Or we should do it.
Oh, we can anytime you want. I would love to. I have things I'd love to show you. I have things I'd love to share. Marcy Douglas said, pretty. Edwin Krantz said, very nice. Fruitcake Tony, what kind of pickups are in the black Mozart guitar? What kind of pickups are those?
It's an EMG 81 in the bridge, and the normal standard EMG single coil active in the yeah. Sorry.
You have an EMG 81 in the bridge? Look at that.
Yeah. And that's the I don't know how it's called. It's the single coil from active from EMG. I don't know. But that's an 81 active pickup.
Okay. That's I have something I could show you. As a matter of fact, I don't want to leave anybody out. But guys, Thorsten, before I whip this out over here, Thorsten, what is your all-time number one favorite kind of bass?
Mine. Yeah.
Yours.
Actually, it's the bass I play now. It's a Duesenberg bass.
That is awesome. No, that your bass has got some great tone.
Yeah. I'm really very happy with this bass guitar.
But he's afraid of playing a Rickenbacker because it's too much of Lemmy for him. But I told him he should play a Rickenbacker.
With a pig?
Yeah, okay.
No. I'm sorry. Bill. I got to shit. So check this out. Here, there's something down. I'm gonna show you right now. You were nice enough to share your beautiful Neil Moser creations. I love those guitars. Just reach over here real quick. Put the camera over here so I don't drop it. Check this out. I discovered a company. Rock and roll. I discovered this company called All-in-One, AIO.com. Okay, remember that, and you'll see why I'm saying that. They have basses, Thorsten. They have basses.
They have basses.
They have basses. They have 4-string basses. They have 5-string basses. They have nice basses, and they're all affordable. They don't cost the car payment or anything. Check this out. This is my AI, my Wolf single cut.
Okay.
All abalone. All abalone on the inlays. Oh, sorry. Abalone around the body. Sorry. Look at this.
What kind of pickups? Puffs? Or...
These are all made in-house.
Oh, okay.
And these will go up against any Seymour Duncan.
Okay.
Check this out.
Great finish. Looks nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the fretboard. Can you imagine, Thorsten, what it must be like to play a bass that looks like this?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
and
the bass guitar has the same shape.
Yeah, there's some single cut basses. Look at that head.
No,
look at that headstock.
That's
with a wolf. It's all mother of pearl, and it's all abalone.
It looks a bit like the Epiphone from the headstock, a little bit. Maybe.
Okay, well,
okay.
I never thought about it like that, but maybe I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I guess I could see why you would say that.
Yeah.
This guitar right here. This is named after my wife. This is Cindy. And blue is her favorite color.
That's nice.
So this guitar and these basses all go for under $450.
Okay.
Okay.
This company
good deal
will rise up there with Duesenberg within the next few years. AO1.com.
Okay.
They don't pay me to say this, but I have two of these.
Okay.
The other one I have is called Red because it's red. It's the same thing. Same thing as this, except kind of a dark red, dark cherry.
Mm-hmm.
then I've also got my purple Gibson Les Paul that I strip and going back to EVH, going back to Eddie Van Halen,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to do something different to this guitar, right? Here I go. So I took this Gibson Les Paul outside, started a 3-month project. I stripped it because it was kind of plain looking. It was just a tribute. So I stripped it. I lit it on fire. I repainted it. I sanded it.
Oh.
And it's down there at the bottom of the pile, but that's Rosie. That's named after my niece from China. Then I have Cherry. That's a red Dean thoroughbred. So a Dean Select thoroughbred that came out brand new in 2020. That's pretty phenomenal too. And then I have my all-in-one, my AIO custom, and then I've got Cindy. Cindy's my number one here.
That's fine.
For good reason. For good reason. Check out the basses. Thorsten, go to AIO.com and check out the basses. You'll be surprised. All for like $450, $400. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? That looks like a $5,000 guitar right there.
Yeah. I need names for my guitars. I recognize. So I never give names to my guitars. So I think that's a new aspect of this evening.
Your Mozarts?
I should name my guitars. I need names.
Yes.
So I think that's an aspect I never thought about it. So I should do this.
Well, that's great. That's great. You know, it has a special meaning to me because when I was growing up and all my heroes, Mick Mars and Motley Crue and Eddie Van Halen and jazz legend Joe Pass and Chuck Berry and Randy Rose, all the way up to Carl from Monolink and Dave, the guitarist for Tansroot, and all these awesome guitars have names for their main guitars.
B.B. King, Lucille, no? Yeah, no, he named his guitar Lucille.
Mm.
But I think Angus never named his guitars, and Malcolm also did not.
Well, B.B. King, you know, that's how he came up with terrible. What was the name of Lucille?
Lucille, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of his Gibson. Yeah.
Pure and simple. Pure and simple.
But I hope, Jarle should not give his drum kit names.
No.
Whoa. Check this out. Marcy Douglas said, she has a brand new Prestige guitar.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen those, Bernd?
Not really. No, I don't know.
What's the name of the guitar, Marcy?
I sent you a picture on the
Prestige. They make good basses too. And then here, Marcy's saying I sent you a picture on your phone.
Marcy, what's the name of your guitar?
Oh, here it is, right here.
Marcy Darcy.
We'll show them this guitar. Oh, there we go. There's
nice. Very blue.
There's Marcy right there.
The Stratocaster with modern headstock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a shredder. I've seen it before.
yeah, Frederick
And
guitar.
let's.
Looks like it's
Oh,
updated.
look at this. Here's the Prestige guitar right here. Um, let's see here.
Okay.
That's my friend Marcy Douglas. That's her Prestige. She has one. That's one of her custom Prestiges.
Very
And
nice.
oh, look at this one. This is a real. This is on the front of her album cover.
All right.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah, huh? That's a great. Look at that. Look at the curves on
Everything is
that
great.
guitar there.
The guitar is great.
Yeah,
Great too.
that guitar is good, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You hear that, Marcy? Your guitar, the hit. And let's see. I want to look at that again. Look at the sunburst on that. Look at the finish on that guitar right there.
Looks nice. Very nice.
That's nice, huh? Very nice. Thank you, Marcy.
We should meet more often to show us guitars on Friday night. So I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea, actually.
That's a great idea, yeah.
That's a great idea. I would like that. I would like that very, very much, as a matter of fact.
So last one. Just a moment.
Yeah, I like Marcy's guitar. She's shown me. Oh, look at that. Okay, this right there. That's a cream.
Tony, bye. Thanks for joining us, and have a good dinner.
Hey, have a good time, Tony. I'll see you at Show Your Pick this weekend, man. I'll pop in your chat room. And don't forget to tell people you're going to be coming on the show in 3 weeks. Thank you, Tony.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Bye.
Edwin, have a good evening. Okay, Tony, Marcy. Marcy's saying, see you, Fruity. Edwin Cran. Very nice. So I'm sorry, Bernd. You were saying, who did you buy that white custom from?
It's a Maybach guitar. It's like the original 72 Gibson, the same one from the spirit, from the shape as Randy Rhoads played. I'm a big Randy Rhoads fan, so it was the original. Was not available, not affordable. I think they are up to 6,000 or 7,000 or 8,000 euros. So, but it's very close to the original, and it's a good.
It is.
I told you, a good brand from Germany. So they made a very good guitar. So it's close to the original ones, and I think I practice on this guitar every day. I play it live. I played with the guys in the rehearsal room. So I'm not a collector. I'm a player, you know. But I
Me
like
too.
guitar, and I can play guitar live more than 6,000 or 7,000 euros. That's too expensive. You can take a guitar. You can't take a Randy Rhoads signature with you on tour. That's not practical, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the same guitar that Randy Rhoads was playing when he was standing 3 feet in front of me above my head when I was a child watching Quiet Riot at Wolf and Riss Miller's Country Club, and that's when I first met Randy Rhoads. And he was playing that guitar. The reason why I know that, because I had a guitar just like that. I had a pale white Gibson Les Paul Custom in the 90s. And in the band I was in, Soul Machine.
Okay. And you sold
And I made some I made some choices in life that I shouldn't have made. That's why yeah, I'm so thankful to be able to have another chance, and that's why I created this show because I'm just me, you know. I'm just Will. I'm just a dreamer. I'm a music lover. I'm a guitar player. I love people who are creative. I love people who are artists. I appreciate them, and I know the importance. I understand, and it's something that I believe in. I don't have a lot of friends, and the friends I do have are because of my show. And why? Because I'm the dreamer, and I'm a creative artist. I'm a create. It's all about creativity to me, and the experience of when playing and when you find that sweet note, say at a B flat minor scale, and you find that overtone to that
Yeah,
B flat root, and you just have that little vibrato, and it's that one note that just
that's a drop
brings
off. Yeah,
makes me shake, makes
yeah,
my whole body shake. Because it's outer worldly. It's I call it musicians have different names for it, but I call it um divine intervention because I learned a long time ago, you know, that life is more than what we see, and whatever that means to you or you guys or anybody else, you know. Not everybody's the same, so everybody might have a different look on it, and that's cool. That's what makes us all humans, and that's what makes us all important in our own rights, you know. There was a band called um before I before I before I before I finish, I got lost in thought here. Marcy Marcy Douglas, let's see, Edwin Crane, he said Maybach, and oh Marcy says thank you, talking about you guys like her guitar. She said thank you, and
You're welcome,
uh,
Marcy.
this sound cool to me. Marcy Douglas, you know what we're talking about. She loves it. Marcy and I have had time to. Yeah, me too. I love it too, Marcy. It's really nice. The you know, I'm kind of awkward. I feel awkward. You know, I don't know how to communicate to people sometimes, and
Yeah.
music's the only thing that makes me feel like I can be myself, and it's okay.
Yeah,
You know?
I think this is we couldn't it was not allowed for us to practice the last half year in Germany due to the coronavirus thing going on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we really are looking forward to get together again and work together again as a band and play our music. And we all hope the sooner the better, you know. And this is what we or I misses a lot the last month, to not be able to play music, to play it live in front of audiences, with other people, interact and so on. And I think this is a very important thing of making music, playing live, playing to people, feel the live energy you talked about. If when you first time you were standing in front of Randy Rhoads, and this is the thing, you know. And I hope it will get back as soon as possible. That
Me
we
too.
all can experience our music and the kind of music we play and you play. This is music for the people. It's live music, and I hope we will
Yeah, on
get
the
back
other
as
side,
soon as possible.
it gets you through hard times. That's my experience. For example, meanwhile, between the crises, yeah, everything is a routine. You go to your job, if you have one, if you're lucky enough to have one, you talk to your wife, to your kids, you can meet other people. So for me, it's very important to have this routine with music, to sit down with my guitar to practice, to get some new ideas to record it. So it's for me a good thing in hard times to get through these hard times. Music can be anyway in any form a good thing for people, but for me especially, it's nice to have it with other, to share with other people, but it's a very private thing to me, and it gets me through hard times. It's you can get strength out of it. Yeah, it gives you the thing you need in your daily practice, in your daily routine, and for me it's important in my daily life. Meanwhile, during the crisis, I hope I can play with the guys again. So when we can start again, but on the other side, if I put on my guitar before I go to work or in the evening, it gives me time to reflect myself, and that's important.
Do you mean you don't need us? Bernd.
Yeah.
Well, it goes both ways. It really does, and it's so important. You know, here Marcy Douglas says, what does Marcy say? Marcy says, like to see that. Well, like to see what? Get me and Bear talking about guitars? Absolutely. Yeah, I would like that. And it looks like my chat room would like to see that also, Bear. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you, Marcy. We're gonna have to do that.
Is that your mom behind you?
No, that would be Cindy, my wife.
Sorry.
Hey, babe, come here a minute.
That's my mistake. Sorry.
Hey, everybody. This is Dustin Bones. I would like you to meet my wife, Cindy.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, fine.
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 Hey, putting
Thanks.
a thing in my ear. That's okay.
Take it.
You guys are just sitting around talking, or what are you doing? Okay.
Sorry, Cindy.
Okay. How much time are you gonna be online?
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah. That's my wife, Cindy. No, you guys, yeah, Beer, let's do that. Let's set up a time, and Thorsten has my email. So let's set up a time, and let's just have a complete guitar show.
Guitar show, yeah.
I would like to do that.
That
I would
sounds
like
great,
to do
Jarle. Jarle and I will drink beer then.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Why not? I might join you actually next time. I might join you. Well, hey, thanks. Listen, Dustin Bones, you guys have been great, and I want to leave an open door for you guys to come back. And
thanks a lot for having us on your show. Thanks a lot.
It's my thank you, Thorsten. Thank you, everybody. Really, thank you. And I would love to have everybody back, and definitely want to get a guitar show going here.
Yeah. I have to come over and buy some GMW Guitar Works. That's
GMW and San Dimas, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got a dealer in Munich. He offers 5 of them, so I need one. I think.
Well, check out AIO.com. All in one guitar.
Yeah.
Thorsten, you too. They make some great basses. Marcy Douglas is asking, are there any shows coming up for you guys?
Poor.
A lot of shows canceled.
Like I told before, it's very difficult in Germany. Nobody knows when all the live stuff will start again. Nobody knows. All the shows last year were a lot of the shows last year were put on this year, but now also on the next year. So who knows? We don't know. We hope it will happen
wait and
as soon
see.
as possible, but we don't know.
I don't think it will start until 2022. I think there's no chance. Then we'll have a new start in next year maybe. All the big festivals. I think Wacken. I don't know if Wacken is cancelled.
No,
but
I think they have been cancelled already.
So a lot of big festivals are cancelled for the summer. So
Rock in Park and all that stuff has been cancelled.
Yeah.
Well, I have to agree. 2022, I think it's
How is the situation in America?
it's bad. I mean, things are starting to open up, but with a lot of restrictions. And you still have to wear a mask, and it's nothing's changing really, with the exception of things opening up a little bit. So what's shipping packages in Germany like right now?
Sorry.
No, that's okay, Thorsten. When shipping packages from Germany, what's that like right now?
Shipping pass.
Yeah, if you want to send a T-shirt or a package to somebody.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's probably not the problem.
Do you like
no
to have
problem at all.
I think
I think the T-shirt should not be a
we
problem.
can send it to you. No problem at all. It's not depending on the cost. So I think we if you like to have, what do you like to have? T-shirts from us, CDs?
I wasn't thinking about it, but sure.
Yeah, we'll send you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
My address is down in the description box.
Okay.
So that would be wonderful.
We will find it, Bill.
That would be. Thank you very much. So where can everybody go to buy Dust and Bones music and Dust and Bones merchandise?
Yeah, we have our music you can buy on the El Puerto shop on the internet, our record label. And if you like to buy Dust and Bones t-shirts or sweaters like this, just go on our homepage www.dustandbones.de and then write us an email and we will get in contact with you, and then on that way you can get to the merch and all the music CDs go to the El Puerto Records shop. Or come to our concerts and buy
Yes. That's ideal right there. I have to agree with that. Marcy Douglas says, I'm in for a guitar show. She wants to see a guitar show.
Me also. I want to.
Absolutely. Well, definitely, Thorsten. I wouldn't have it without you. That's for sure. Have a good night, everyone.
Bernd.
Hey, thank you for sharing some of your guitars, Marcy. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Have a good night.
Well,
Bye,
guys,
Murphy.
that's about it. I'm gonna. Oh, don't forget, everybody. Next Friday, they have Cranion coming in live from Mexico. So
Oh.
that's at 3:00. So I'll talk. That's about it for right now. Everybody support Dust and Bone. Check out their links in the description box. Rock and roll, everybody. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And I will just play this. Thanks, Reb. Thanks, everybody. See you next Friday.
Bye.